Hi, I want to talk today about perfection. There's so many people out there who, they try to be perfect. But what is perfect? Is perfect being everybody else? Is perfect being you? Why do we look at perfection as physical? Um, why don't we look at perfection as just being a part of life and surviving? I mean, if you can live in this life and take a deep breath and smile, isn't that perfect? It doesn't matter brain injury, depression, anxiety, bipolar. Diagnosis doesn't matter about being perfect. If you're perfect to you, you're perfect. It's just other people are going to look at you for flaws, for judgment. That's just society the way it is. But if God feels every single person is in His image, and yes, everybody's different, but they're all in His image, we should all be different because we connect to each other. Why can't we accept ourselves? Why do we have to physically alter ourselves? Why do we get so depressed sometimes that we cut, that we take drugs? It really makes me think. I know a lot of brain injured people who take an overly big amount of escaping drugs, like Ativan, like anything they can get their hands on sometimes. But that's people who even don't have brain injuries to escape reality. But facing reality and facing ourselves and accepting ourselves and our circumstances, if we can get up and smile in the morning and go out and see people, that's half the battle. Destroying yourself, or like I used to do, eating and eating and eating, because that's the escape. That's the beauty of the escape, eating foods mindlessly. But that's not the answer to escape. Escape is so much more. Getting the opportunity to make a change. Having the opportunity to take things by the horns and battle it and destroy it, that's survival. And that's, you become your perfect you. If you can look in the mirror and say, hey, look at me, and be happy, you're your perfect you. How can anybody change that? Some people want to make you into something you're not. People should just accept other people for who they are, what they are. It's beliefs go beyond what they should go beyond sometimes. I can say I'm a Christian, but yet I'm not going to treat you any differently than I'd want to be treated. People are who they are. Just everybody is different. Everybody has a different way of looking at life and how to cope. But if we accept each other for the person we are, for the beautiful person we are, there'd be so much less hurt, so much less anger, so much less conflict. I've learned in my brain injury, yes, I've lost many people and many things to survive, but I've gained me, and I've gained a perspective of seeing other people and the beauty of other people. And I figured out who I want to be. I couldn't figure that out before. I just was doing what I needed to do to get it done. And I was never happy with me because I was thinking about the things I've learned, the negativity, hearing that loop. But anybody can be happy, no matter what their circumstances are. I've said that before, I know, but when you're disabled and you lose physically. It's different than losing monetarily. It's different than losing materialistically because there's a permanence. And yeah, you can wish, oh, I wish I was like I was before. Or better yet, I wish I could see the world like I should have seen it before. Okay, well, you can see it now. You can do something about it now. I have been working very hard to try to get consciousness back, to get ability in my brain back. And, some things have leveled out, and some things just don't seem to want to come back, and some things are very slow in coming back. Okay, well, it's one day at a time, one person at a time that I could talk to, and one step at a time to see, is there any way of restoring something? But, restoration still takes time. Taking a deep breath and getting up in the morning, sometimes that's even a chore, but you do it. Just look at the day as the next challenge, and what can I possibly do today in a positive way, and be positive and give somebody something, a gift. Like I've always said, those gifts. So, I'm sitting here not just talking just to entertain myself. I'd love to give somebody that encouragement to keep going, no matter what the odds are, no matter what you're hearing or what you're feeling, just keep going. I mean, we don't lose our abilities. We give up on ourselves to lose our abilities when we've had them. That's what I believe. That you can tap into anything that's lost and try. Physically, yeah, if you're paralyzed, it's difficult. Yeah, they talk about stem cells and things, and yes, you can restore even the brain, the body, everything through stem cells, but it's not covered by insurance. So you can look for other things to enhance the rest of your body. Like I've done with my brain to try to tap into other parts. Excuse me. But there's a hope in acceptance by the people. People need to just look at you, for your spirit, for your inside, not the outside. And that's very hard in this society. But I see you for you. If I met you, I would see you exactly for who you are, exactly for that personality and that person, not for whatever physical attributes there are, but just you. That's what I've always wanted to do, is get to know people. And like I said, losing people is, wow, it was a wake-up call. But a good wake-up call, because now I can sit there and I can sit down and be content and talk to everybody. And, whoever wants to have my company, fine. Whoever doesn't, that's okay. That's their choice. But I'm going to keep saying hello. I'm going to keep smiling. It's not going to get me down, because I've lost too much, but I've gained so much that I'm not going to lose myself because other people decide to be the way they're going to be. So I really hope this has given you something more than just a lonely time. Just sitting there watching somebody talk. What is that? But, in loneliness. And yes, it gets lonely being alone. But, I have my dog. There's my dog. He's laying down right now. Got a Shih Tzu. I have my kids who visit me. There are people around that I say hello to. So I just wanted to reach out to other people to say, hey, you're not alone anymore. I'm on Facebook. I like talking to people. I like saying hi. And whatever information I can give, I give. Whatever ideas, I give. Loneliness is sad. Loneliness, but if you find something that you can do, like a hobby, an interest, it's not so bad. Because you can always leave and walk out and greet other people. So I think loneliness is more not having the physical contact or the people around you to reach out to physically. It's unfortunate that we have so many people on the internet and on Facebook, but who's picking up a phone and calling? I love having that connection, and I'm not getting that connection, and it scares me. I see my kids, well, one of my kids on the phone constantly, and that's the entertainment, social media, talking to friends. I have 2 teenagers. But sitting in a room, watching everybody on whatever device, and not having any contact, but that's the way of the world, and it scares me. Family is family. People are people, brothers and sisters. We need people. Where are we? We need to talk. We need to be, and I encourage you to talk. Let it out, but let it out constructively. Think about what you're going to say, because people are as sensitive as you. How would you react if someone said something to you? And why say it in a negative way to another person? The same thing. They're going to be as sensitive to certain things as you're going to be sensitive to certain things. We're all here together for whatever reason, to meet up with each other, to exchange ideas, to give each other something. It's just understanding that everybody is made up the same way. We're not made up any differently. We just perceive things different. So if we're just kinder to each other and we listen, and yes, constructively, sure, you can have a one-to-one debate. I love having debates about different things that I know, things I don't know. I'm going to say I don't know that answer. I'm honest with what I do and what I don't know. But if the person you're talking to is willing to listen and exchange ideas and say, hey, maybe your opinion is that, but my opinion is a little different. Doesn't mean you're enemies. It just means you have different opinions. That's what makes the beauty of being different people. So, next time you see something negative online, either A, block the person, get them away, B, delete, or C, if you're going to respond to somebody, be prepared, because sometimes people respond back kind of negatively just because that's the way social media is working. So is it worth making a comment compared to just deleting whatever it is and blowing it off, because you don't know where the other person's state of mind is. So maybe you touch the person some way that they're going to respond negatively because that's a reminder of something that happened, that went on, or they just want to get it out some way, so they decide to throw it at you because you happen to say something. It happens. So we take a deep breath and we keep going. So I know I had a lot of content today, but it's because I've been in the midst of things. So I was thinking, okay, well, we'll bring this through. And it helps me too. So, you have a good night, and I'll talk to you again.